Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Cobra water moccasin. Now this is a fast attack craft used by the Cobra in the brown waters, which refers to rivers and lakes and swamps and etc. Um, it's got a displacement of 3.35 tons, has a maximum speed of 28 knots, and a maximum range of 370 nautical miles. The modified fan boat featured an upgrade armored hull and beefed up fan engine design by Destro himself. The armament included two 40mm cannons, a 20mm rotating turret cannon, and guided skid torpedoes. The water moccasin was piloted by Copperhead, who was trained in speedboat racing native to the Florida Everglades region. It accommodated the pilot, gunner, and had room for two additional passengers on its modified lateral platforms. Designed for covert strike and flee type missions, the water moccasin was to the water what the doom buggy is to sand. Its speed and agility were almost unmatched, and it also packed a punch when it came to offensive capabilities. Now, um, I don't remember what they. I know that they did a Tiger Force version of this, and I can't remember exactly what they called it. So trying to look it up, I just can't remember. Um, I want to say it was probably the Water Rat or something like that, but I can't remember offhand. So uh, really, that's the write up we have on it. Now, as we get into our actual uh, stats that we have here, so this is going to be at speeder scale. It's going to be 17 feet long, has a pilot of one and a turret gunner of one. So we have a cargo capacity of 800 pounds, which comes down to about 363 kilograms. Has full coverage for the pilot, and you know, I'll say about a 50% coverage for whoever's in the turret. Um, Altitude range, because this is just out of the standard setup here. So this is water surface. Has a maneuverability on the water of 2D. Has a move of, well, I put it at 40 miles an hour, um, or like a 6 on the ground here. Body strength of 4, because they did mention that it has an increased armored hull. Now we have the two medium blaster cannons because, like I said, I'm doing this more based off of the cartoon, and in this version of what G.I. Joe would be, being set in the Star Wars universe on a planet that would be very similar to what Earth is, but having some sort of military vessel or something that had crash landed, and people have now reverse engineered. So now we have the blasters and all that. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. We have a fire control of +2, has damage of 4D. Um, oops. Actually, what I did goof up on, because I was taking it off here, so this would be the two medium blaster cannons at 4D would really have been the turret, or no, that's just the front. So I kind of messed this up. No, all right, yeah, kind of here. I don't have the torpedoes on here. Is what I'm really trying to get at. I'm looking at it. I only have two weapons listed. I don't have the torpedoes, um, and I think those got mounted underneath the little platform here that the guys were on. Now, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've seen one of these in person with everything on there, so I'm kind of drawing a blank. I'm taking it off of what you see here. Okay, so we have two medium blaster cannons. That's these cannons right here. We have twin heavy repeating blasters. Now this is at personnel scale at a 2D. So this is our turret, and it's 60 damage. Now that differs from what we were reading, because what we were reading here, which is a little different than what I was kind of basing it off of, the medium blaster cannons here should probably be at 60 damage because they were saying 40 millimeter. So let's change that to a 60, And the twin heavy repeating, um, I've got that at 60 as well. I think I'm going to leave that be. These are 20. They have them as 20 millimeter, which seems a little on the bigger side than what we should have. I would say that that would probably be closer to maybe 50 caliber. Okay, only because I'm looking at the size. So I think that this would really kind of do a little bit better justice for this. Um, but again, I don't have the torpedoes, so I could always add them in there. Um, I think if I leave it the way it is, I think you're pretty good because I don't really remember them using the torpedoes. Now, I know it's been a while since I've watched all the episodes. I have rewatched them a couple of years ago. Um, so it is one of those things. I don't really remember them having the torpedoes on there. Um, but that's neither here nor there. It's not all that hard to put them on there if that's what we really decide to do. Um, but it does give us a very good idea of how to kind of put this into our new world that we can create here. Um, so with that being that, um, not a bad take on it. I think. Let me know in the comments your ideas. Um, like I said, this is something I came up with just a couple of years ago after doing Renegades, GI Joe, and I had kind of a different view of where I think it should be from what they had. Um, but I really like the D6 version or D6 for a system. It is a very nice and easy system for people to get into. And it's very easy to kind of, once you learn it, to modify and get other things to go. Other people are going to have their own systems that they love to work with because it works for them. This is something that works for me. Um, there's nothing to say that this is better than any other system. It's a system I've played with longer than any other system because we did Star Wars for a long time. And then we even changed things up because we took some other stuff from some of the other West End game properties and then threw it into there. So, um, like having a body strength, whether you want to actually sit here and say it's got this many hit points to it, we can come up with that. So, um, I could easily say be 24, say 48 points, and that's all at speed or scale. Um, just kind of maxing out the body strength of 4D. So here you are. And then if you want to get into like having a resistance or whatever, you could easily do that as well. Um, it's things that I know. So that's really where I'm coming from. Doing a system, I know how to modify things, how to get other things in there. I'm not saying I'm the best because I will never say I'm the best at anything. Sometimes I might know a little bit better ways than maybe somebody else, but someone else can always come up with an idea that I never thought of that would work better. That's why I refuse to say I'm the best, but these are just my takes on it. So, hope you're enjoying this little series. We're going to continue it definitely for the month. We'll see how it goes from there. See you in the next video.